Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to use FreshBooks to manage your team and business. So this is going to be particularly useful for people who are new to FreshBooks and have recently transferred over to FreshBooks. Me personally, I love FreshBooks. It's absolutely great for my business. Now, with that being said, let's go on and get started. Be sure to follow this video up until the end in order to learn how to manage your business and team on FreshBooks. So on your dashboard, what you want to go ahead and do first is add your team members. So on the bottom left-hand side, go ahead and click on team members. And then from here, what you're going to do is click on add a team member. So once you add a team member, you just need to enter a few details to actually go ahead and get started. Now, if you scroll down, we're actually going to go ahead and edit this demo team member that we've added here, who is John Doe. So once you go ahead and enter John Doe's team member profile page, you're going to see a lot of different team settings. So you can edit more information on John Doe. You can set his billable rate. You can set his cost rate. You can set his capacity. You only want it to work, let's say, 40 hours a week. Now, with the roles and permissions tab, okay, there are different roles and permissions that you could add to different team members on FreshBooks. If you click on invite, you'll see this page here, and this page has different roles. It has an admin role, a manager role, an employee role, a contractor role, and an accountant role. Every time you select one of these roles, you're going to see the different privileges or tasks that they're able to do on that role. So as you can see, manager has different permissions, employees have different permissions, and an accountant has different permissions. And so whatever role that you choose for them to have on your FreshBooks account, let's say most of the time it's going to be employees. As you can see, employees are only able to time track projects and expenses. So go ahead and edit the team members on your team as far as what roles you want them to have on your FreshBooks account. Now, afterwards, this view right here is going to be a general overview of all your team members. What you want to do next in order to manage your business and team on FreshBooks is teach them how to time track. So by clicking on the time tracking option on the left-hand side, this is where your team is going to be able to log and start timers. So let's go ahead and say that I'm an employee on your FreshBooks account. All I've got to do is click on Start Timer. And then I'll indicate the client or project that we're working on over here. Let's say we're working on Bright Future Corp. As far as the service goes, we'll do video editing and we'll say working on Adobe Premiere. And then click on log time once you finish logging your time. So with that being said, time tracking is an essential tool that's going to be pretty useful for your team when it comes to getting them onboarded with FreshBooks. So let's say that we'll discard this. Let's say that someone worked without using the time tracker on FreshBooks. Let's say that you have a VA who doesn't really track their time. I recommend always tracking your time, but let's say that they worked 40 hours off the clock. You would simply just click on new entry, indicate which client or project that they worked on. Let's say that they worked on next gen marketing and they were doing video editing services. And then for the hours, they did 40 hours. So you can add some miscellaneous notes here, and you can also indicate who is the employee who is tracking this time, but we'll click on check mark. And as you can see, I've now added 40 hours as far as time being tracked. Now, other things to mention and set up is obviously setting up your bank connections for your business. So here is where you would actually choose your bank to get started. It's just on this bottom left-hand side where it says bank connections. So this is where you would actually go ahead and connect your bank to FreshBooks so that you could actually start tracking your records and transactions on FreshBooks. Another thing to do is setting up payments. So you do want to make sure that your business is able to set up payments. So go ahead and click on payments on the left-hand side. And then on the upper right-hand side, you want to click on more actions and then click on accept online payments. So there are two main ways that people can accept payments on FreshBooks. The first way is FreshBooks payments powered by Stripe. And the second way is through PayPal. So it does help if you already have an existing PayPal or Stripe account. So as you can see here, these are the transactions for most cards, and PayPal, these are the fees that are associated with it as well. So simply just connect your PayPal account or your Stripe account, and that'll automatically be connected with FreshBooks. Now, the last thing that I would do is setting up your settings for your business. So with your business, you're probably sending some invoices or estimates or proposals. Go ahead and click on settings on the bottom left-hand side, and then click on brand appearance. Now, what you want to do here is just simply add your company logo, right? So the invoices that you send, you just want to make sure that your logo is attached to it so that your invoice, estimate, or proposal looks more personalized. So go ahead and insert your logo here by clicking on select a file. And then aside from that, you also, because we're talking about estimates and proposals, on the bottom left-hand side, click on items and services. And so items and services, this is where you're going to be able to input whatever items and services that your company or business renders. So as you can see here, I have a list of some items that I've did as demos. So here's flowers for €5, here's rocks for €10. If you click on services, you can see that I have video editing services here for €10. So in order to add items and services, on the upper right hand side, you're just going to click on create new. And then here we have items or services. And so just simply click on one of these. Let's say for video editing service, we're going to add voiceovers. Income amount is sales. And then we're going to indicate this for €20. Then you can import a tax rate as well, indicate the tax name and indicate it as billable. But this is just for demonstration purposes, but that is essentially how to actually set up your business and team members on FreshBooks. If you know of a better or easier way to actually do this, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.